get going. 5 minutes together. Let's get this day started with intention and purpose. So if you are walking around the house or the office, just pause for just a few minutes. If you're seated, get comfortable where you are. If you want to close your eyes, I would invite you to do that. If not, just kind of bring your eyes to a focal point where maybe the distractions are a little less, and let's just take a couple breaths here together. So just a slow, deep breath in and a full breath out. And a big breath in. And a big breath out. And as we're pausing here, just notice how you feel on this Thursday. Notice what's going on in your mind. Notice what lists are already kind of bombarding you. And see if across just these couple minutes, we can make all those distractions a little bit less. And so our inspiration for today is the idea of the compass. And so I want to just share this quote with you from Thich Nhat Hanh, and then we'll settle in. He says, "If I lose my direction, I just have to look for the North Star, and then I know to go north. It doesn't mean that I am striving to arrive at the North Star. I just need to reset my direction." And so as we are settling in here together, I would invite you just to think to yourself, do you feel like you know your direction today? Beyond today. Not do you know what is on the schedule, because I know that we all know that. But do you truly know your direction today? This sense of purpose, this sense of contribution to this tiny part of the world that we each get to take up. Do you know your direction? And maybe more importantly, do you know how to find your direction if you start to feel a little bit lost? It's not about having a goal. Just like he said, we're not trying to get to the North Star once we discover it. It's just using this sense of direction so that each day we live with purpose. And I understand that when we don't feel very focused and directioned, it can feel really unstable. It can feel unsteady. We feel unrooted. But what I have learned over the years of this practice is that you don't have to look up in the sky for a message. You don't have to actually truly seek out this physical North Star, this compass that he was referring to, this direction. It is internal. But the world is so distracting. It makes us think our direction is this way and then that way and then multiple ways that we can't even possibly understand until all we have is confusion. That's why we feel unrooted. But when we close our eyes, just as we are doing here, when we pause, when we ground through our feet if we're standing up, and we ground through our seat if we're sitting down, the North Star becomes just a little more evident. We turn our attention inward. And we stop looking around us for direction, for purpose, for intention. And we come to this spot of beautiful ease and peace and calm. And I understand that not everyone has that yet. But I do know that everyone has the access to it. It's in the breath. It is in this beautiful thing that we all have, regardless of the color of our skin or where we live or our belief system. The breath is there. Every great spiritual tradition talks about creation and breath. And so I think it is just intuitive that we come back to that to find our direction. And so let's just practice that together. Just a few breaths with real intention. And what I would invite you to do is just only notice the breath. Don't listen to the noises around the house or the office or wherever you are. Don't notice the spots in your body that are a little achy from how you woke up today. Truly, if you can, bring your attention to that inhale and then watch it go out. And then we're going to do that just a few times and see if that concept of this North Star, this compass, if the picture of it can become just a little clearer. So if it feels right for you, put one hand on your belly and one hand at your heart center. And we're going to just practice filling ourselves up and releasing. So that first hand that's going to move is the one on your belly. So slowly breathe in, let the belly expand. Keep breathing in. You're going to feel the one on your heart start to lift a tiny bit. And when you can't take any more in, just as slowly let it go. Notice both of the hands beginning to relax. From the belly again, breathe in. The hand on the heart is beginning to lift. And then just as slowly breathe out. One more time like that. Breathing in from the belly. Expanding up into the heart. And then letting it go. And then let your hands come down and breathe in. I notice myself breathing in. Breathe out. I notice myself breathing out. Breathe in. I notice the fullness of the inhale. Breathe out. I notice the pure release of the exhale. One more time. Breathe in. Seeking direction. Breathing out. Releasing anything that's distracting me. And it's not the words that you say, or it's not the type of breath that is this magical answer. It's just the fact that you return to the breath. No matter where you are, in traffic, in conflict with someone, by yourself, sitting quietly, that moment right when you wake up, wherever you are. You don't need a book. You don't need a device. You don't need a teacher. All you need to do is say to yourself, breathing in, I notice the in-breath. And find you a rhythm that works. Maybe you do it 2 times, 3 times, 5 times. You do it until you feel like the distractions are less. It doesn't mean that as soon as you open your eyes, you're going to have this true sense of direction in your North Star, but it does mean that the things getting in the way of you seeing that are going to be lessened. And then you do it again, and they become less, and again, and so it goes. Until all of a sudden, your body becomes conditioned, which is a beautiful state of the moment those eyes close and the moment that deep inhale comes, the North Star becomes clear. And I don't say that as something that I've read. I say that because it is something that I live every day, and I wish that for each and every one of you. So let's just close out with one breath in. And let this last exhale represent the release of any distractions getting in the way of us feeling rooted and stable today. I wish you a beautiful Thursday. Return to the breath again and again. It is always there. It's always accessible.